Okay, let's review the question together. Okay, this one is 8 feet high. This one is 12. Okay, they're going to be two 90-degree angles here, 145, 145. Okay, so the only extra point here that is not in the picture is the total area. All of this area is actually 183, okay, units or square feet. Okay, and what does the question want? It wants this one from here all the way to here. Okay, this is what is needed to find. Before we start doing the question, let's go and review some of the concepts that we need to be able to do this question, and then we come back and deal with it. Okay, this is a right triangle. And how do we find the area of a right triangle? We multiply the base by height and we divide it by 2. Okay, we get the area. Okay, and there's also the Pythagorean formula, which is a squared plus b squared is equal to, okay, the largest side, c. Okay, it's going to be c squared. Okay, I'm pretty sure most of you know this. Now, in the question, it says both of these angles are supposed to be 45 degrees. Right now, to me, this is like 30 degrees almost, more or less. This is like 60 degrees. Okay, so if I turn this into 45 degrees, how does my right triangle change? It's going to be something like this. Okay, now since both of these angles are equal, then our triangle becomes symmetrical. Okay, and that means this side will be equal to this side, and we're gonna have an isosceles right triangle. Okay, so in this case, so let's just practice a little. For example, if this one is 5 and this one is 5, so how large would be the largest, the hypotenuse? Okay, we're just going to follow the same formula. This one will be our c. I'm going to have c squared is equal to 5 squared plus 5 squared. Okay, so c squared will be 25 plus 25. It will be 50. Okay, and c will be a square root of 50. Okay. Remember, a square root of 50, I could also write it as a square root of 25 multiplied by a square root of 2. So what is a square root of 25? A number that is multiplied by itself and it becomes 25 is 5. 5 times 5 is 25. So this is actually 5. So I could write it here, c will be 5 square root of 2. Okay, and this is always true. So what do I mean by that? So for example, if I change these values into a different number, so for example, if this one is 8, this one is 8, this one is 8 square root of 2. Okay, so this one is 1,000. This one is also 1,000 because remember, the angles are 45 degrees. So this one will be 1,000 square root of 2. Okay, this is all you need, okay, to be able to answer this question. And now let's go and deal with it. Now, where should we start? We have all this information, all these numbers. So I would say the best place to start is focusing on this 183. So we have the total area, okay? And they're asking for h. So you could also think backward. If I had h, would I be able to find the total area? Okay. So is there a formula for finding area of mountains? Of course not. So that means we need to come up with ways so that we turn this shape into our familiar geometric shapes, okay? Initially, what I did was, okay, this is when I was doing the questions, this is what I did. This is, okay, I have a rectangle, and then I have a good 90-degree right angle isosceles triangle. I said, okay, I did it. Then I started looking at it and says, okay, I don't know how to continue this. So I just had a change of plan. Okay. Then I started thinking like this. Let's first find this value, right? I also have this, right? So what is the value of this? Can you think about it? So this is what we can find, because now if I go and draw this and I draw this as well, okay, this will be again 90 degrees. This will be 45. This will be 45. So the same rules apply. Okay, what did I tell you? If this is, for example, 12, this is 12. This is 12, a square root of 2. Okay, so for the same reason, this one is 12, the square root of 2. I'm going to clean it. So we have this over here. Let me redraw it again. So this is what we have here. So with the same reasoning, can you tell me how long this is? Okay, you repeat the same process. We're going to get this 8 square root of 2. Okay. Now again, we have to find the total area. How? See, this is 45 degrees. And what did I say at the beginning of the video? Okay, because this is 45 degrees, if I go on and draw this, okay, this triangle will be symmetrical, right? Bing. So that means these two are supposed to be equal. Okay, this is very good now. So now I'm going to ask you this. Can you find the total area of this? Okay, remember the formula. You're just going to multiply the base and the height, these two together, and divide them by 2. Okay, so it's going to be 12, a square root of 2, times 12, a square root of 2. Okay, so first we would go on and multiply these two. 12 times 12 is 144. What is the square root of 2 times the square root of 2? It's just 2, okay? Multiply by 2. Remember, we just multiplied them. The formula is a times b divided by 2. So we still have to divide this by 2. So this cancel. So the total area of the purple triangle is 144. Let me go on and write it inside. So 144 is this one. So let's go and repeat the same process. So you could even see it here. Let's just do a comparison. This one, the area was just equal to, if we go on and we multiply 12 by 12, we get this 144. So let's use the same pattern. The area of the green part, the green triangle, like this one, will be 8 times 8. Okay, you could just apply the formula for yourself and see. So the green area is 64. So now I have a question for you. If I go the plus area and I add it to this green area, is it going to be 183? More or less? Let's see. Now if I go 64 and I add it by this 144, if I go on and add them, I'm gonna get 208. But the total area, it says it's 183. How can we explain that? See, do you agree that we overcounted this area? See, when we were finding the purple area, we already counted this part. And when we did the green area, we counted it again. So that's why this one is more. That's why this one is 208. Okay. So how do we find this area? It's very easy. If we subtract these two, we're going to get this. So what is 208 minus 183? It's going to be 25. So the red area here is 25, and we want H. Okay, that's very good. Now, to make things easier to understand, I'm going to go on and draw this red, okay, triangle again. So we know that the total area here is 20, okay, 5. This was a right triangle, okay? So an H, okay, we'll be cutting the area into 2 parts, okay? So the total one was 25, okay? So what is the area of the half? It's go half of 25 is 12.5. So this one is, the shaded part is 12.5. So, and again, we want this H. So, and do you agree that the other part is again equal to H? So this is H. This is also H. Why again? Okay, we're just repeating the same thing because this is 45, this is again 45. So these are actually equal. So this is H, this is H. Let's just repeat the area of triangles one more time. So the height, this H was multiplied by this H. Then we divided it by 2. It became 12.5. So what is this number? So it's easy. You already know it's 5, or we could go H squared is equal to 25. So what is the value of H? It's actually just 5. I think now we know it. It says, okay, it was not really that difficult. And I agree with you, but just coming up with this, like problem 24, probably we are already under stress. Then it would make it more or less a difficult question to do during the test, okay?